Friends, we are discussing the introduction to IT system, which is the part of the syllabus of Board of Technical Education Rajasthan for the student of second year diploma. In this video lecture, we will discuss computer and communication. So as far as computer communication is concerned, it describes a process in which two or more computers or devices transfer data, instructions and informations. For successful communications, we need three things. First one, a sending device, second one, the communication channel, and third one is a receiving device. But as per our syllabus, we will discuss today only these four things. First one, the meaning of web address, second one is URL, third one is IP address, and finally we will discuss the email, how we can communicate by using email, what are the IP addresses, internet protocol addresses, what is the URL, and what are the web addresses. So we will discuss each one by one. First of all, we are going to discuss that the meaning of web address. The web addresses contains the information about the location of the web page. It is also known as the URL. URL means Uniform Resource Locator, like the address of our home, our offices, or other destinations. A web addresses also organizes the information about a web page location in the predictable way. So different web pages are located on the internet on different web spaces. So this particular web address will locate the specific web page address. So in this screen we can see that http://www.supreme-court.gov/opinions/1-pdf. This is called URL. URL means Uniform Resource Locator. So this is the web address. This web address consists different things. First, we are able to see that www.supreme-court.gov. This part is called the address of the network or the website. Here .gov suggests that the domain name. If here we can see the different domain names, like if here it is the gov, which says that it is the government site. Here it can be the edu means education, .com means commercial, .in means India, and different ones. Second part is here it is the opinions, which is the folder. Third one is the subfolder, and the final part is the .pdf. .pdf here also suggests that this is the deportable data file, and the PDF file in this subfolder. So this is the web address or the URL. This is the URL of this network. This is the address of this website. Here in this website, opinions is a folder, 12 PDF is a subfolder, and in this subfolder we have a PDF whose name is 11-697_D102. So this is how to break down the information using the URL. So this is the URL and we have broken down the information using the URL. Next one is IP address. An IP address is 32-bit long unique address that identifies a device on the internet or a local network. Here IP stands for the Internet Protocol. IP addresses are the identifier that allows information to be sent between the devices on the network. They contain location information and make devices accessible for the communication. The internet needs a way to differentiate between the different computer, router and the websites. So different IP addresses for the different computers, routers and websites are used. IP address provide a way of doing so and form an essential part of how the internet works. The value of any segment or byte is between 0 and 255, both are included. So here you can say that 128.11.3.31. so these are 4 octets. 121 is first octet, 11 here it is second octet, 3 is third octet and 31 is fourth octet. So IP address is divided into 4 octets and each octet can have value between 0 and 255. It cannot be less than 0 and also it cannot be more than 255. So here 128, the binary of 128 is 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. This is the 8-bit binary. Similarly, this 11 can be written in the binary form as 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 1 and 3 is 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 1. Similarly, 31 and the last octet here its binary is 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 1. So there are no 0 preceding the value in the any segment. See, if in these 4 octets, here it is 3, here it is 11, here it is 31. So we cannot use 011, we cannot use 03, we cannot use 031, we cannot use 0 as the preceding the value in any segment. If we will use 0, then it will be the wrong IP address. So this is 32-bit IP address. Here it is 8-bit, it is also 8-bit, it is also 8-bit, it is also 8-bit. If we will sum all these, then it will be 32-bit IP address. And this IP address divided into 5 subclasses: class A, class B, class C, class D and class E. These are the classification of the IP addresses. Class D and class E are reserved for the multicast and experimental purposes respectively. Here you can see that class A, class B, class C, class D and class E. These classful addresses are divided into the net IDs and host ID. In class A, first octet is used as the net bits and second, third and fourth, last 3 octets are used for host ID. So for net ID 8 bits are used and for host ID 24 bit are used. So, number of networks in class A will be 2 to the power 7, that is equal to 128. So, 128 different networks can be identified or can be named in class A network or class A IP addresses. So, addresses for per network, this see here 2 to the power 7 different networks, and each network can have 2 to the power 24 addresses. So, 2 to the power 24 is equal to 16 16777 networks. So, class A will have 2 to the power 7, that is equal to 128 networks, and each network will have 2 to the power 24 addresses. So, see class A starts from 0.0.0.0 and ends with 127.255.255.255. So, see last here you will see that last 8 bit, last 3 octet will be 255, 255, 255, and first octet will start from 0 to 127. So, we can say that the range of class A IP address will from 0 to 127. Similarly, class B IP address range will from 128 to 191. Class C IP address range starts from 192 to 223. Class D networks IP addresses range will start from 224 till 239. Similarly, class E IP addresses address is 240 and end address is 255. So, class A IP address net bit is 8 bit and host bit is 24 bit. Class B IP addresses net bit is 16 and host bit is also 16. See here, if we will add the net bit and host bit, then it will be always 32 bit. 8 plus 24 is 32, 16 plus 16 is also 32, 24 and 8 is also 32. Class D and class E, as we already earlier discussed, that they are used for reserved classes. So, not here number of networks in class D and class E are not defined. If we will summarize once again, then class A, class B, class C, these classes have network ID 8 bit, 16 bit and 24 bit respectively, and host ID 24, 16 and 8 bit respectively, and their IP addresses range is 0 to 127. Class B range is 128 to 191. Class C range is 192 to 223. In next segment, we will see what is email. So, email is a service which allows us to send the messages in electronic mode over the internet. It offers an efficient, inexpensive and real-time means of distributing information among people. Each user of the email is assigned a unique name for his email account. That unique name is called the email ID. Different users can send and receive messages according to the email address. By using email address, we can send the message and also can receive the message. Email is generally of the form of username and domain name. The first part is called username and second one is called the domain name. For example, here the email ID is gpcabc@gmail.com. This is an email address where GPC is here GPCABC. This one, the first part, is called username, and the second part is gmail.com. Gmail.com is called the domain name, and this is the special symbol which is called @ symbol. So email address, here it is GPC ABC, this is lowercase letters, and we can also use it the uppercase. So email addresses are not cache sensitive, and space is not allowed in email address. We cannot write like gpc space abc@gmail.com. that email address will be not valid. So there are different advantages and also disadvantages of the email. First we will discuss the advantages. The very first advantage of email is it is very reliable, very convenient, its speed is very high if we compare to the postal communication with the email communication. Email communication is very high and also inexpensive. It is in the form of printable also and global. We can send our email to any place of the globe, to any country, any state, any district. There is no restrictions as far as the location is concerned. There are also some disadvantages of email. First one is forgery. People today use the email for forgery, overload, misdirection, junk mails, and no responses. So this is the email. If we will see email in detail, then you can see this is the email address. This is my email space. If you want to send the email, then you have to compose it. If you want to see the inbox email, then you have to go there. Suppose we want to compose a mail, then you will see two. Here two represent to whom we want to send the mail. So this is the address of the recipient. So if we want, let's say we want to send a mail to abc@gmail.com. so abc is the username and here gmail.com is the domain name. Subject says the topic or the subject of this mail. So let's say subject may be syllabus, SYLLA, syllabus of second semester. This is called main body. Here we can write our email or the message. Send, this is the send button. If we will click on the send, then our mail will be sent to abc@gmail.com. this is the mail address of abc. Here, from here we can attach the file. File can be in form of the audio, video, picture, photo, etc. We can format our mail. This is the bold, italic, underline, and the text color, number list. This is the bulleted list, indent less, indent more, quote, and these are the some. We can modify, we can edit, or we can do some operations on this mail. And finally, if you want to send, then we have to click on send button. See here we can also suppose the same mail we want to send the different person, then this is the CC, carbon copy, this is the BCC. CC, if we will do CC, then the same mail will be go to the ABC, and let's say this is the def@gmail.com. so this same mail will be delivered to ABC at gmail.com and def@gmail.com. see here, ABC and DEF are two different persons, and both of them will receive the same mail, and they will also get to know that, oh, this mail is sent to ABC, will get to know that, oh, this mail is also sent to DEF, and DEF will also get to know that the same mail is also sent to the ABC. If we will use BCC, then no one will be get to know that who one is also receive the same mail. So BCC and CC are some functions. So this is how we can use mail for the communication. Thank you so much.